Imagine opening a simple can of food, something you've been eating for years, thinking it's harmless, maybe even convenient. You warm it up, eat it, and move on with your day. But what if I told you that inside that same can, there are hidden ingredients that silently raise your blood pressure, weaken your kidneys, inflame your joints, slow down your brain, and even increase your risk of heart attack or stroke, especially after the age of 60. This isn't fear. This is reality backed by medical science. You see, after 60, the body changes. The heart is more sensitive, the kidneys work slower, digestion becomes weaker, and the brain needs more protection from inflammation. What used to be harmless in your 30s or 40s may now be harmful without you even realizing it. And the surprising part? Canned foods are one of the biggest hidden triggers of these age-related problems. Not because of the food itself, but because of what's added to keep it looking fresh on the shelf. I have spent years studying nutrition and senior health, and I've seen thousands of older adults come to the clinic with the same complaints: swelling in the feet, tiredness after meals, dizziness, joint pain, difficulty sleeping, foggy memory. And many of them are eating canned foods every day, believing they are convenient, affordable, or even light and healthy. They had no idea that one small item in their kitchen could be slowly making them sick. So today, I want to show you something that can genuinely protect your heart, your brain, your mobility, and your daily comfort. I want to show you the 7 worst canned foods that seniors should never touch, and why your body reacts so strongly to them now. But don't worry. I will also show you 2 canned foods that are actually safe, foods that support your health instead of harming it. This video could change the way you shop, the way you cook, and the way your body feels every single day. And the best part? The changes are simple. You don't need expensive ingredients. You don't need complicated recipes. You just need to know what to avoid and what to choose instead. So take a deep breath, stay with me, because this knowledge could protect your health for the next 10, 20, even 30 years of your life. Let's begin. As we get older, especially after the age of 60, the smallest choices we make around food can create very big differences in our health. And one of the most overlooked dangers sitting quietly in almost every kitchen is canned food. Now, canned items seem harmless, even convenient. They look neat, sealed, and safe. But what if I told you that some canned foods can silently raise your blood pressure, damage your heart, weaken your bones, trigger inflammation, and even increase your risk of stroke and memory decline without you even realizing it? Hi, I'm talking to you as someone who has spent years studying how food affects aging bodies. And what I discovered shocked me. Because as we age, our metabolism slows, our blood vessels become more sensitive, kidney function becomes more delicate, and our immune system changes. So foods we used to eat when we were younger without any problem, now can cause serious harm, especially when they are packed in cans. You see, most canned foods aren't just food. They are mixed with hidden chemicals, preservatives, excess sodium, and even something known as BP, a chemical found in the lining of many cans. And studies now show BP can disturb hormones, weaken the heart, and accelerate aging from the inside. The scariest part? These effects happen slowly. So most seniors don't even realize that canned soup, canned meat, canned beans, or even canned fruit could be quietly damaging their health every single day. But here's the good news. Not all canned foods are harmful. In fact, there are at least 2 canned foods that are not only safe, but can actually be very beneficial for seniors, helping support the heart, boost joint health, maintain muscle strength, and even improve memory. That's exactly what we're going to talk about today. I'm going to show you 7 of the worst canned foods that people over 60 should avoid at all costs, and why they are so dangerous. And I'll also show you 2 canned items that are actually good for you, foods that can make your life easier, not harder. You won't need to cook anything fancy, you won't need expensive ingredients, and you won't have to give up convenience. Just a few smart choices can make a major difference. So stay with me till the end, because knowing this information is truly empowering. You'll be able to walk into any grocery store, look at the shelves packed with canned goods, and instantly know which ones are aging your body faster, and which ones are helping you stay active, sharp, and strong. And one more thing. If you are someone who struggles with joint pain, high blood pressure, weak muscles, weight gain, fatigue, or memory fog, pay special attention. because some of the canned foods we will talk about today are especially dangerous for those conditions. This video isn't about fear. It's about protecting yourself. It's about giving your body the care it deserves. It's about aging in a way that keeps your independence, your strength, and your joy. Let's begin the journey, one can at a time. Canned soup is one of those foods almost everyone has used at some point. It feels warm, quick, comforting, and easy to prepare, especially for seniors who may not want to spend too much time in the kitchen. But inside that small can is something that many people don't realize: a massive amount of salt. In fact, most canned soups contain anywhere from 800 milligrams to 1,500 milligrams of sodium in just one serving. And sometimes, a person ends up eating the entire can, not just one serving. For someone over 60, the recommended total daily sodium intake is around 1,500 milligrams. That means that just one bowl of canned soup can use up your entire day's limit in a matter of minutes. Salt in such high amounts is extremely stressful for the body. It forces your body to hold on to water, which leads to swelling in the feet, hands, and face. If you ever notice your ankles swelling or your rings feeling tight, this is often the reason. On top of that, too much salt increases the amount of blood your heart has to pump. Imagine turning up the pressure in a water pipe. Over time, that extra pressure can wear out the heart, damage the blood vessels, and raise the risk of serious heart events like heart attacks or strokes. And if you already take medication for blood pressure, the salt from canned soup can actually cancel out the effects of your medicine, making it harder to control your numbers. Another problem many people don't think about is that the inside of many cans is lined with a chemical called BPA. Over time, tiny amounts of BPA can leak into the soup, especially when the can is warmed. BPA affects hormones, brain cells, and mood regulation. For seniors, this can contribute to memory problems, mood swings, and even increased fatigue. And let's not forget the additives and preservatives. These are chemicals added to make the soup taste good and last longer on shelves. But they can cause headaches, digestive discomfort, and inflammation in the body, especially in older adults who already have weaker digestion. If you love soup, don't worry, you don't have to give it up. The healthier option is to prepare soup at home in larger batches and store it in the refrigerator or freezer. Use fresh or frozen vegetables, herbs, and low-sodium broth. This way, your soup nourishes your body instead of silently harming it. Beans by themselves are actually a very healthy food. They are rich in fiber, protein, and minerals that help the heart, digestion, and blood sugar control. But the problem begins when beans are packed in cans with thick sauces, like baked beans, chili beans, or beans in tomato or barbecue sauce. The sauce is where the real damage hides. These sauces are usually loaded with salt, sugar, and preservatives, and these ingredients can be especially harmful for seniors. The high amount of salt in canned beans can cause the same problems we discussed earlier: swelling, high blood pressure, and stress on the heart. Most people don't taste how salty they are because the sweetness in the sauce covers it up. That sweetness comes from a lot of added sugar. And when sugar and salt are combined, they become even more harmful. This combination raises blood pressure, affects insulin levels, and makes it harder for the body to maintain stable blood sugar. If you are someone who has diabetes, prediabetes, or struggles with sugar cravings, these canned beans can quickly spike your blood glucose and leave you feeling tired, foggy, or hungry again too soon. There is also another hidden problem. Many canned sauces contain high fructose corn syrup, artificial thickeners, and flavor enhancers. For the digestive system of someone over 60, these chemicals can cause bloating, gas, stomach discomfort, and inflammation in the gut. And when inflammation becomes constant, it can affect the joints, memory, and immune system as well. Some canned bean products also use preservatives that keep the food from spoiling for long periods, sometimes even years. These shelf-stabilizing chemicals may not cause immediate harm, but they slowly stress the liver, which is already working harder as we age. When the liver gets overwhelmed, the whole body feels heavy, tired, and sluggish. However, this does not mean you must avoid beans entirely. Beans are actually excellent for seniors when prepared correctly. The safer option is to choose plain canned beans labeled "no salt added." These can be chickpeas, kidney beans, black beans, or white beans. When you open the can, rinse the beans under running water for 15 to 20 seconds. This removes up to 40% of the sodium that may be present. Then, you can cook them lightly with olive oil, garlic, and herbs for flavor. This small change alone can support your digestion, help manage blood sugar, and protect your heart without losing convenience. Many people believe that canned vegetables are a healthy choice because vegetables themselves are known to be good for the body. And yes, the original vegetable is healthy. But the moment it is processed, boiled at high temperatures, stored for months, and packed in salty liquid, things change. By the time canned vegetables reach your plate, much of their original nutrition is already lost. Vitamins like vitamin C and B vitamins, which are sensitive to heat, are mostly destroyed during the canning process. So instead of getting the nourishment your body needs, you often end up eating something that has far more salt than nutrition. The liquid inside the can is where the real problem lies. This liquid is not simply water. It is a mixture of salt and preservatives that keep the vegetables from spoiling for long periods. For someone over 60, this extra salt can lead to swelling, bloating, and increased pressure on the heart. If you ever feel heavy or puffy after eating, this may be one of the reasons. On top of that, preservatives used to maintain color and texture can irritate the digestive system. Many seniors already deal with sensitive digestion, constipation, or slow bowel movement. These preservatives can make those issues worse, leading to discomfort and irregularity. Another concern is texture and fiber quality. Fresh vegetables contain natural fiber that keeps digestion smooth and supports gut health. But canned vegetables lose a large amount of that fiber during processing. That means your digestion doesn't get the support it needs. This is why people who rely heavily on canned vegetables may struggle with gas, constipation, or irregular stools. There is also the issue of the can lining. Many cans are lined with BPA, a chemical linked to hormonal imbalance, memory decline, and inflammation. For seniors, whose brain and immune system are already more sensitive, BPA exposure can contribute to fatigue, mood changes, brain fog, and joint pain. This doesn't mean vegetables are the problem. The can is. Vegetables are still extremely important. The better option is to choose fresh or frozen vegetables. Frozen vegetables, in particular, are picked at peak ripeness and flash frozen, which helps preserve both nutrients and fiber. They are just as easy to cook, and you don't get the excess salt or chemicals. So replacing canned vegetables with fresh or frozen ones can help improve digestion, support heart health, and keep inflammation down, all while keeping your meals colorful, nourishing, and satisfying. Fish is usually considered one of the healthiest foods for the heart and brain, especially for seniors. It provides protein, supports muscle strength, and contains omega-3 fatty acids that help reduce inflammation. But when fish like tuna or salmon is packed in a can, especially when it is packed in oil, the benefits can change into risks. The oil used in most canned fish is not high-quality olive oil. It is usually cheap vegetable oil or soybean oil, and these oils are very high in omega-6 fats. When omega-6 fats become too high in the body, they can cause inflammation, which leads to joint pain, stiffness, and discomfort, problems that many seniors already struggle with. Inflammation doesn't stop at the joints. It also affects the heart and the brain. Too much omega-6 can make the blood thicker and increase the risk of blockages in the arteries, making heart disease and stroke more likely. For someone over 60, who may already have high blood pressure or cholesterol, the added inflammation from oily canned fish can quietly and slowly make these conditions worse. Another concern is mercury, especially in canned tuna. Mercury is a heavy metal that accumulates in the brain and nervous system over time. And the effects can be subtle at first, feeling mentally slow, difficulty focusing, anxiety, mood swings, or trouble remembering things. For seniors, whose brain is already more sensitive to changes, mercury exposure can become a real risk. Eating canned tuna frequently can allow mercury to build up gradually, and it may take a long time to notice the impact. There is also the issue of salt. Many canned fish varieties contain added sodium for flavor and preservation. This can raise blood pressure, especially when combined with other salty foods in the diet. If you ever notice feeling thirsty, heavy, or tight after eating canned fish, this is your body trying to deal with the salt. However, fish itself is still incredibly healthy. The solution is simple. If you choose canned fish, always select the kind that says, packed in water, and no salt added. Water-packed fish has fewer inflammatory oils, and the flavor is cleaner and lighter. Sardines and salmon, when packed in water, offer high omega-3, calcium, and vitamin D, which support bones, mood, and brain sharpness. This small switch allows you to keep the benefits of fish without the hidden harm. A simple choice, but a powerful difference. Canned meats like Spam, luncheon meat, canned chicken spread, and corned beef are some of the most dangerous canned foods for seniors, even though they are extremely common in many kitchens. These foods are processed heavily, which means they contain very high amounts of sodium, saturated fat, preservatives, and chemical additives that the body struggles to handle, especially after the age of 60. The salt content alone can be more than 1,000 milligrams in just a small serving, meaning your blood pressure can spike quickly, even if you don't taste how salty it is. But the real danger is in the preservatives used. Most canned meats contain nitrites and nitrates, chemicals used to keep the meat looking fresh and to stop it from spoiling. These chemicals may seem harmless, but inside the body, especially when exposed to heat during cooking, they can form nitrosamines. Nitrosamines are substances known to increase the risk of certain cancers, especially colon cancer and stomach cancer. As we age, our body becomes less efficient at repairing cell damage, which means the effects of these chemicals can be stronger and more harmful for seniors. On top of that, canned meats are very high in saturated fats, which can raise LDL cholesterol, also known as bad cholesterol. When LDL becomes too high, it starts to accumulate in the arteries, narrowing the blood vessels and making it harder for the heart to pump blood. This increases the risk of heart attack, stroke, and blocked arteries, especially in someone who already has high blood pressure or diabetes. Many seniors who eat canned meat regularly also experience symptoms like joint pain, swelling, heaviness in the chest, shortness of breath after eating, and low energy. These are signs that the body is struggling to deal with the salt, fat, and chemicals. Another problem is that processed meats are extremely low in natural nutrients. They do not provide the protein quality the body needs for muscle maintenance. As a result, muscle loss can happen faster, which affects balance, mobility, and strength. If you enjoy meat, you don't have to give it up. The healthier option is to use fresh chicken, fish, or lean beef, or to buy rotisserie chicken and shred it for quick meals. You get real protein, fewer chemicals, and more nourishment for your muscles and heart. Small changes like this help keep the body strong, energized, and protected. Fruit is usually seen as something healthy, refreshing, and good for the body. And that is true when fruit is eaten in its natural form. But when fruit is packed into a can, especially when it is packed in syrup, it is no longer the same food. The syrup inside canned fruit is not just sweet, it is made from concentrated sugar, often mixed with preservatives and artificial flavoring. This turns a healthy fruit into something that behaves more like candy inside the body. For seniors, this is especially concerning. After the age of 60, the body does not process sugar the same way it used to. The pancreas works more slowly, insulin becomes less effective, and the blood sugar rises more easily. So when someone eats canned fruit in syrup, the sugar is absorbed into the bloodstream very quickly, causing a sudden spike. This can make you feel tired, shaky, sleepy after meals, or even hungry again soon after eating. Over time, these sugar spikes can lead to diabetes, or make existing diabetes harder to control. Even if you are not diabetic, high sugar intake speeds up fat storage around the belly, the liver, and even around the heart. This kind of fat is not just cosmetic, it can affect hormones, energy levels, and mood. Many seniors who eat sugary foods regularly notice they feel more tired, less clear-minded, and more irritable without understanding why. The reason is that sugar drains the body's ability to regulate energy smoothly. Another hidden issue is that canned fruit often has less fiber than fresh fruit. The canning process softens and breaks down the fibers that help digestion. Without this fiber, sugar hits the bloodstream faster and digestion becomes slower, which can lead to constipation and digestive discomfort. It may seem like a small thing, just fruit in a can, but the difference it creates in the body over time can be significant. Instead of canned fruit in syrup, it is much healthier to choose fresh fruit or fruit that is packed in water or its own natural juice. If you do use canned fruit without syrup, rinse it under water before eating to remove extra sugars. This simple switch protects your blood sugar, supports your energy levels, and helps keep your body feeling lighter and healthier. If you're over 60, what you eat isn't just about taste or convenience anymore. It can be a matter of your long-term health and independence. Every day, countless seniors reach for canned foods thinking they're a quick, safe, and budget-friendly option, but what many don't realize is that some of these harmless staples could be silently harming their body, increasing the risk of heart disease, high blood pressure, or even worsening memory and muscle health. As a doctor who has spent decades studying senior nutrition and chronic health risks, I've seen firsthand the hidden dangers lurking in seemingly innocent cans sitting on kitchen shelves. Today, I'm going to reveal the 7 worst canned foods you should absolutely avoid if you want to protect your health after 60, and to make sure you're not left feeling restricted, I'll also share 2 surprisingly safe options that you can enjoy without worry. What's shocking is that some of these items are marketed specifically toward older adults, claiming to be healthy or low in fat, when in reality, they're loaded with hidden sodium, sugar, preservatives, or harmful chemicals that your body can no longer handle as efficiently as it did in your 30s or 40s. Many seniors experience sudden spikes in blood pressure, unexpected swelling, or sluggish digestion without realizing that a simple canned food habit could be the culprit. The truth is, the way food is processed and preserved in cans often introduces substances that accelerate aging in the arteries, weaken bones, and even affect brain function. And yet, despite these risks, most grocery stores are stacked with these very products, making it easy to grab the wrong ones without thinking twice.